just gonna start.
Okay.
All right.
My name?
So you can just talk to me.
Oh, just talk
so
with
we're
you?
just like having it's like we're
Perfect.
having a conversation.
Perfect.
Camera, action.
The first one that I got,
I have 5 in total.
But I can actually see exactly what it looks like.
So what are your thoughts on tattoos? What are your thoughts on tattoos?
Just in general.
she asked if it was her first tattoo and my first as well. I hadn't really thought about a tattoo. I was never against them at all or hadn't really thought about it. I have other ones, yep. 2 of them are not professionally done. It's called prison style tattooing, but I hate saying that because it sounds horrible and people cringe and think that I'm diseased or something.
It's of a Polish eagle on my back. Well, for me, I got it for my mum. She passed away when I was 19. It's a reminder of my heritage. And it's also artwork, you know. I could definitely get it and put it up on the wall, but I don't really live anywhere at the moment. So, is my wall. Yeah. Yep.
And you don't like talking about
Necessarily, or
Okay.
explaining the stories. I have writing on my one leg, and I really wish I hadn't. This mean you gotta explain it to somebody every time they see your tattoo. And my right leg is on my calf, and I was in Costa Rica, transparency, and copied it. So it was my own drawing that went onto my leg. So yeah, and then my other tattoo is on my left thigh. And a good friend of mine.
I think when they mean something, they can be really beautiful. And if you want to use your body as like an art form or like as art, then yeah, as long as it's tasteful and means something to you, I think they can be really interesting.
And so is art important to you?
Mm-hmm. Very important.
In what way?
When my mom took me out of school for a year in grade 3, and she didn't really teach me that much, but she just like let me kind of explore my own creativity and like my own interests and stuff. And so pretty much every day just paint and draw for the entire
The one on my foot was my 3rd tattoo. And that's when I was 17. I just had a really rough time, been kicked out of my house. And my uncle is a dairy farmer. Redneck Bubba tattoo artist in a trailer. And I totally went and said, I'm bored and I just want something quick and small.
So the first one that I did, which I guess the reason why we thought about it is because my boyfriend was here on exchange. He had to move back to his home. He wanted me to tattoo him before he left. Pretty new at the time, so it was something that we wanted. It's not going to make us feel like we regretted it, kind of thing. Because for me, it was my 2nd tattoo, and my sister is my sister and always will be my sister. But I don't know what would happen with
A particular time.
Yeah. He came to visit every 2 months for 2 weeks. A year. Yeah, and he's living here permanently now. Yeah.
Like, even though I can't see it, I still know it's there, and I still know that I'm proud of who I am. Have like a flashback to my childhood when I'm like lying in my bed and I can hear my mum in the kitchen, and I'll snap back out of it and just be like, whoa, like, you know. And it's just, that's the sort of memories that I hope that this can instill. So if I think about my tattoo, I can think about my mum. And
You to speak with your mum right now. You have 30 seconds, a minute. What would you say?
I love you, I miss you. 30 seconds wouldn't be enough. It wouldn't be enough because
The word that you don't like to talk to.
Of course, yeah. Patriotic thing, so it's a native Canadian word.
Can you tell us the word?
It's Canada, which I also found out afterwards is on a TV commercial, which doesn't, I forget what it means. Friend of mine that lives out west, and he had unfortunate tattoos, so he's tried to cover a few of them up. Fact that it's just, it looks like a ball of hair, like it's just a mess.
No, totally. I think it was really helpful. Yeah, I feel like I just spent a lot of time alone doing things that I liked, and that probably stuff, and like that kind of relates to this time in my life, and also the most like beautiful and simple, and that time was probably the most like influential time, just because I was going through a lot and I didn't really understand a lot, but I think I was like pretty emotionally kind of messed up at the time, and like yeah.
So I just want to check in. You just in for a couple minutes?
Yeah, I just have some.
Okay.
Interruptions.
He confused about who I was and where I belonged. I don't know where I belonged. I didn't belong with my mom, I didn't belong with my dad. And I fell in with this group of hardcore lesbians, man. And they made me feel really like I belonged. And I also came into this realization, you know, that I thought you had to be heterosexual. I thought that's the way the world worked, you know? It's not the way the world.
That one took about, that was in 3 different sections, and each section took about 2 hours. It was a really long tattoo. It's not that, yeah, actually just about the process of prison style tattooing. Basically just a sewing needle and thread, and you thread the needle and you wind the thread down the needle, and you leave like a 2mm tip on the needle, and then you wind it back up, and then you attach it to a pencil, and you use India ink because it's pure carbon. It's okay for you, it's non-toxic, and you dunk it in, and just like pen and ink, you kind of stipple onto your skin. I think we're a bit paranoid, and also obviously the whole thing is that like if you want to be certified, you got to make sure everything is perfect, but I'm not certified and I don't advertise it like that, so not worried.
Yeah, I really would love to know that they were from my mother. Yeah. But 30 seconds, wow.
There's one more thing I wanted to ask. I forgot it.
I thought someone, that was a chicken. I thought someone came through the gate.
That's a lie. I've got 3 tattoos, actually. I've got a little stupid tattoo that I got when I was 16. But I've never regretted any of them. It's a terrible tattoo that I wouldn't get again, but I would maybe regret it if I had the word that I hate people asking me about somewhere very visible, where 3 times a day somebody's asking me about the stupid word. Then I'd end up getting it covered up.
That one. Yeah, the one that you have a little regret. I think if you have more than, 4 or 5 tattoos, you're gonna have one that you go, oh. It wasn't until many years later that I realized that the slogan "Luck of the Irish" is actually not lucky at all. It's not lucky at all because the Irish didn't have good luck, and in fact the saying "the luck of the Irish" was, oh, be damned, oh, you're having some tough times, that's the luck of the Irish. But I didn't know that at the time. And the feet are killer. I slept for 14 hours afterwards.
Yeah, with that idea, I don't think I was trying to think of something. I guess getting a tattoo is kind of like a big thing, like you have it for the rest of your life, obviously, and like, yeah, I don't think I'd ever really regret that, because if I'm the same person that I am now later, then I wouldn't regret it, and I don't. That's what it's about, like just not.
It's kind of the focus is on that, and I think that kind of it doesn't bother me, but I'd like it more if people were looking at the artwork around it and appreciating that rather than trying to focus on the word. At that point, I'd rather just not have the word, and so there's no words on my other leg.
I would say I've changed. I would say when I first got my first 2 or 3 tattoos, I was proving something to myself, absolutely. Yeah, I got good pain tolerance. I'm gonna get piercings, tattoos, I'm tough, I'm a tough chick. I'd been through a lot of stuff. I really felt like I had to be tough. I don't feel like I have to be tough anymore. I feel like my strength has changed. So when I got my last tattoo 2 years ago, it hurt a lot. I couldn't believe it. It hurt more than any of the others, but I think it was just because I wasn't there to prove anything anymore. I just was there for the art. It hurt. So
You have to do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Has different requirements.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. That's pretty much the whole story. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's awesome.
Uniquely Cliff, and what is Edwina, and what is Daryl. So, yeah.
Anything else that you wanted to?
No.
That's cool. Is there anything else that you were burning to say? That
Nope, nothing in particular. Yeah, all right, no
Yeah.
problem.
But a fairy, like just small and like pastel-y colors, like whispering behind my ear, like whispering almost into my ear, to sort of just remind me and like of not even that time, just of like sort of your spirit, like your fairy spirit, to never let it go. Yeah.
anything else I'm burning to say? No, I'm really thankful for this experience, Mike. I'm really just reminiscing on them. It was a really good mini journey for me today. Thanks.
Okay, we're good.
That is interesting. It's an interesting story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. That was fun.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's really hard not to look at River.
Thank you. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, cool.
Really cool. And it was different, eh?
It was different, yeah.
What does this mean? What about this?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I don't like.
Right. Cheers.
All right, time
Thank
for
you.
a beer.
Right on.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. I mean,
Like different.
it was different.
Yeah.
I think that she kind of merged and a whole bunch of other women at the time. But find out more about all of that.
Yeah. That is a good picture. Get me put my pantyhose on. My fine.
Well, I thought we could kind of turn part of it into like a